Okay, so I was playing with my snare drum the other day. Got too much tension on the drum head, but for a reason that I mentioned in a post on my page, I put this extra rim in here. I'm going to show you what I had done and why I did it as I go along. First step, got to take this apart. Okay, rim off, lugs undone. So here's what I had going. I'd taken a dead drum head and cut the head off. Just took this little piece of rim and stacked it on there. And the reason I did it because look how deep that is. That's how worn out this drum head was, and I was trying to just get a little bit more tension out of it before this happened. And there's a reason for doing that. If you watched my first video about tuning the bottom drum heads, when the head gets worn out, it stretches so far that the rim actually goes down below the wood like that. So if you set it on a snare drum stand, it's going to be setting right on the bearing edge. And I don't want that, so I quit using this drum because I hadn't replaced the drum head basically. And using this was a trick I learned off a forum of someone who wanted a better rim shot on top with their side stick. And they put this under the top rim to raise the rim up that much to get a better side stick sound. So I'm going to do this again. I got my new Evans 300, and I'm going to put this back together like that. This is my my no-name. It's actually not a no-name snare at all. It's a Dixon. Looky there. I bought this before I ever heard of Dixon drums, so I always considered it some no-name manufacturer. Nice maple shell. And I've already gone around and treated all the bearing edges, so it's good to go. I just got to reassemble it. So I'm going to put this back on here. Put this all back together, and I'll show you what it looks like when I have it tensioned up. See how much that is, how much higher that is right now? So that's going to help give it a whole lot of height on that bottom rim. Be right back. Okay. The head is on. It makes it look thicker, and it really raises that rim up a lot. But I also wanted to show you how I go about doing this. I've got this Evans tuner thing here. It's got a little dial to adjust. And what I like to use this for, I mostly tune by ear. And what I like to use this for is to get the starting tensions all pretty close. Right now it's set on 7. I'm going to turn it up to the next 0 just to show you how this works. And you hang on to it at the top of this and let this thing click out when it gets to the tension. You see that? There, it clicks. And you go around the drum. And you turn it till it clicks. And that gets it all evenly tensioned. And every time I've used this thing, it comes out really close. In fact, that's really close. turned up a little bit more because I like it a little bit tighter. We'll go to 3. And it really seems to do a nice job of getting you started. This one didn't click. I wanted to do the other side. There, and it did click, okay. The tighter you get it, the harder it is for that thing to click. There, okay. Just like that. And it gets it really close. And I keep it really tight. Like I mentioned on the other video, I keep it really tight because I like the response it makes. Now I'm going to get the snare unit put back on here. Okay, got the snare unit back on here. I'm going to point something else out. You want to try to get the ends of the snare bed is centered. See how close I can get that? As centered as possible. And you'll notice that this side has a little bit more space in it than this side. And the reason I start it that way is because you tension it on this side. I've got a little extra plastic hanging out here. But as you tighten it up, that will center that as it gets tighter. Right now it's loose. So when I turn the knob to center that, it should center it up really nice. And you want to keep it centered like that, or it'll cause it to do some choking and things, stuff you don't want to happen. And I ran out of tensioner. I got to back up and do it some more. Be right back. Okay, I got it set back up. I've read people talking about how to set the tensioner in the center, but I find I have to put it way down there because I have a hard time pulling the plastic straps hard enough. I don't know if you can see, it's glaring. See, I got it almost all the way down at the bottom. And I cleaned up the plastic a little bit. So now when I tension it up, it should get somewhere. Hi. Top head needs a little tuning too. So anyway, I'll finish this. That's that rim thing I was using that I talked about in my post earlier. And it may work for you, it may not. You may not need it. I never thought I would. This is still rattling. I'm gonna have to work on it some more. So anyway, that's what I did. That's what I'm doing here. And I'll put this together and see if I can make a coherent video presentation of this.